one's broken. Ah. Oh, that was fun. And that one's broken. And broken again. Alright. Alright, y'all, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to start a small series of running through all the contested zones and getting to the Executive Hangar. We're starting with the Supervisor Station, which is where you get the red keycard, which is where I'm headed to now. You have two options for the Supervisor Stations. You have Pyam Supervisor 3-4 and 3-5. 3-4 is on, I'm sorry, 3-5 is on the, I don't know, top right, northeast, if you will, of the star map in Pyro, and then 3-4 is on the lower left or southwest, however you want to classify it. But anyway, so why do you want to do the Executive Hangars, right? Why do you want to do these contested zones? The whole point is you're going in, you're getting cards, and you need 7 cards in total, or boards if you want to call them that. 3 different stations house these boards. You have Checkmate, which has boards 1, 2, and 3. You have Obituary, which has boards 4 and 7. And then you have Ruin, which has boards 5 and 6. Now, once you collect all 7 boards, which is kind of what this walkthrough is going into, you can actually open the Executive Hangar, and there's a lot more info to that, but I'm going to get into the details as we go through the walkthrough videos. But ultimately, why do you want to do it? Well, along the way, you can get a lot of gear. You can get a lot of ship components, and then in the hangar itself is where the really good components are. Your XL1s, TS2s, VK00s, JS400s, JS500s, FR66s, and then the cherry on top is that you get a ship. Now, the ship goes to your ASOP terminal as if you had bought it in the game. It doesn't get attached to your RSI account. It's not a permanent ship, although SIG has said that you're going to keep them through various iterations as we build into 1.0, but what exactly that means, I don't know. So I'll just assume at some point you'll lose it, but let's just hope you keep them for a while, I guess, right? I've kept mine since 4.0, but anyhow, so what ships can you get? You can get the one I'm flying now, which is the Corsair Executive. You can get an F7, or F7A, I should say. You can get an F8. You can get a Cutlass Black, and you can get the Sulian, if I'm pronouncing that right. All are executive, all have unique executive weapons and executive parts. Well, they're not unique. I'm sorry, they're not unique parts for the hangar itself. They're NBDs mostly. You've got some good power, some stealth componentries, military componentry, depending on what ship you get. But it's the higher tier stuff. You can't just buy it anymore. All right, so approaching the Pyam Supervisor Station here. I'm going to speed the video up. I don't want this video to be super long, but this video will cover the Supervisor Station and Checkmate. Alright, so once you hit the airlock, you're going to come into a good size open room. There's a catwalk on your left, a lower section on the right, and then dead ahead is where you're ultimately wanting to go. I always run up to the left and check that catwalk first, because I've been hit by other players up there before. So it's just force of habit. The tunnel dead ahead here will have some dogs in it, but I leave them alone if they're not bothering me, because why give my position away with gunfire? Alright, seeing the NPCs down here, I know there's possibility of a player recently because the NPCs do spawn normal intervals in this place. So I'm a little cautious getting in here, but the facility, this place isn't that large, so you don't have to, you know, you come around this corner, you want to check left and right as you approach that fuse door. NPCs will spawn on this right side. Alright, I took a minute, looked around over there for gear. I didn't want the video to be too long. So, back at the fuse door. I should have mentioned this earlier. You are going to want to bring one fuse with you to these locations, because there's just this one door you got to get through. Slap the fuse in it, like so. If you can't place the fuse in it, because they do break sometimes, you can lay it on the ground and tractor beam the fuse into the location. Just make sure the green light is facing front and the top. So as you enter this place, this central area, like control room looking deal, it's flanked by halls on all sides. Usually there's 3 to 4 NPCs in here. I was still worried there might be players, but not seeing anyone in there, not running into anyone yet. I'm guessing either I've passed them or, you know, they're not here. Anyways, we'll dispatch these NPCs. You want to go to the other side here. There's a bunch of boxes you're going to jump up on. Right there. So, jump up into the ceiling, turn around, make the leap across. And I always have to put my gun away here to make that little climb up there. And then hook a right, fall down the hole. Now you're in the room to get the card. Doing a quick scan, and the card reader's broken. Now, normally if you see that the card reader is broken, there's going to be a lot more stuff broken in this server, so I would recommend at this point either, you know, get back to your ship, go back to a station, bed log, exit to menu, whatever it is you want to do. But I would highly recommend, if you see that, get off the server you're on. But we're going to keep going. I want to show you how fast, because like at this point in my head, I'm like, okay, there are no players in here. I don't know why the NPCs are smoked. And then I come around this corner and lo and behold, the guy right there. All right, so going to go ahead and speed up the video, get us to Checkmate. All right, so once you get to Checkmate, set your spawn if you need to, want to. Go to the shop area. I'm by the ammo stand and the armor stand. If you go down that hallway, which is next to the armor stand, that's one entrance. Or if you go this direction, like central in the rear, and go down this elevator, this is the second way. This is the way I prefer. It's personal preference. As you run the zone, you'll figure out, you know, which way you like going in. It's all still Armistice Zone up to this point. Go down the elevator, it's still Armistice Zone. And you'll see an airlock ahead. I always turn my light on, check for other players. I've seen people lying in wait to ambush you, because once you go through this airlock, you are in, you know, a PvP area. It's no longer an Armistice Zone. Scan the airlock, scan behind me, and you go. You can pull your gun out right here. You can knock people out, do whatever. Alright, so in the zone we go. I should have mentioned prior to this that you're going to want at least 3 fuses coming in here. You need 1 red key card from the Supervisor station, and then there's a blue key card you're going to need, which you get in the zone here. Where I'm going first is to the blue key card. There's 2 blue key card stations that I'm going to show. I recommend you get both of those cards if they're available. You only need 1 for Checkmate, but if you're moving into Obituary, you will need 2 cards in Obituary, so having 1 ahead of time isn't going to hurt anything. Alright, that red door over there that you saw, the supervisor door, that's where the red supervisor keycard goes. We're going to ignore that for the moment and go get the blue keycards. So PvP encounters here happen all the time. When I shot that NPC, I was just trying to burst him because I didn't want to sound like an obvious F-55. But he didn't seem to pay attention too much. I didn't know where he went at this point, so I'm just kind of hanging out until I figure out where he is. He makes some noise, whatever. I kind of figured he was down below at this point. So I'm going to go hide in this corner over here. And I'm pretty sure he walks out in front of me in just a second. Hey man, if you're watching my stream, sorry, wasn't personal, buddy. Alright, through that fuse door we go. Those of you that have been playing for a while, you know the NPCs have kind of gone through some upgrades in the last couple of patches. They get pretty gnarly back here, and it seems like in like 4.2 they really increased the number of NPCs or increased their spawn rate, and that was awful. That was some spray and pray right there. I'm trying to take my scope off. So there are a lot of NPCs back here, so just be ready for that. Oh yeah, without the scope is way better. Tell where that shot's coming from. Oh, there. Oh, that was fun. It's nice of them to just all kind of group up. Go for the headshots if we can. Since I'm trying to make this a walkthrough video, I'm going to keep the video running. So it will be longer than I want it to. But I'm trying to show you guys exactly which routes to take, which hallways to turn down. So once you've dispatched all of them, you're going to go down that hallway where all of them were standing. Keep in mind there's going to be more of them. They'll be spotted all the way down through here. But if you're a fellow F-55 user like me, most of the heavies down in these areas will have F-55 ammo. Let's see if we can find ammo. Oh, what do you know? That's me from Dead from earlier. I've got ammo. Shotgun NPCs are the worst. I swear, these shotguns in the hands of an NPC can hit you at 100 yards with point-blank accuracy. It's crazy. Alright, so dead ahead here. This is where you're going to get your first blue keycard. Except that's broken. Okay. I am still on the same server I was on at the Supervisor station. So, like I said, if you see one's broken, they're all going to be broken. I have a regular day job, so my ability to record and re-record, I don't have time, so I'm just sticking with the server. We're going to roll through it. There's going to be one on the right. See, wait, that's not an NPC. Player without a gun? Just an NPC without a gun, I guess. That's weird. Yep, broken. Alright, so since I can't get any key cards, I'm going to make my way back to the red door, and we're just going to speedrun this thing. I'll show you guys exactly where to go to get all 3 boards on the way. Alright, at this point, we are just through the red door. And going through this room, make a left. There may be NPCs, there might not. It's hit or miss. I'm going to run through. Again, can bite you in the butt, but I'm low on time to get through this run. Got it in front of me. Cover, heal up. Okay, that means I got some closing in behind me too. This is going to get spicy. Oh, lucky. No, you're done. Oh, come on. When in doubt, knock them out. Alright, so continuing down the hallway here. Alright, continuing down the hallway, gonna make a right through this door. Continuing straight. Now there should be a lot of NPCs in here, but based on everything I just fought, I'm guessing some of them went that way. Since we turned this into a speed run at this point, I'll show you the way I go. So duck under, go through this vent. I always like to close them behind me. Up the ladder through some more vents. We're going to hook a right up here. And then make a left. Now this will expose you, so just get across there. On the left here, see where that box was? Sometimes that's a yellow box or a gold box, and those usually have some decent loot in them. All right, through this, and then we're gonna hook a right here, and you have to crouch or like crawl here. It's just a little too small. You can hop back up at this point. And when you come out here, you're above where the board would be. So you do get to drop on people, come in this direction. I don't know how many people know about this area. I'm assuming by now a lot do. But this is typically the way I go. And the cards are broken too. Great. That would be board 1. There is this loot box here that has gear in it. Usually it's scorched gear of some sort. Could be legs, chest, head. I've also seen undersuits in there, which are... I don't know if they're unique to this area, but... Anyways, here we go. We're going to keep on going. And that blue door in front of us is where you would use the blue card. Alright, once you're through that door, there's an elevator in the back of the room. And you're going to take it to the observatory. Or, sorry, observation deck. And boards 2 and 3 will both be in this room. Circle the room, just make sure there's no other players in here. NPCs ahead, I'm going to ignore them. I'm going to cut right into this gap, jump across, down we go. Ignore the dogs, because they can't follow you in 20 feet. Once you jump over that rail right there, dogs can't follow you anymore. This would be board 3, but it's broken. Oh. Potential player at the elevator, or just a sound glitch. The elevator sound glitches have been... Oh my gosh, come on. I'll explain all of this in a minute. I don't think that... I think it was just a sound glitch. Yep, just sound glitch. Alright, going back into this room since we're here. This is kind of the loot area. You've got components here. None of them are going to be better than grade B. You could have... I don't believe there's any size 3s in Checkmate. I think it's just 1s and 2s. But on those shelves, you'll have various shield generators, coolers, power plants, so on and so forth. Look back here, like there's a size 1 power plant, size 2 cooler. And that's pretty much it. This is your exit elevator here. Oh, wait, I didn't show you where board 2 was. Let me go ahead and do that. It's on the opposite side of where board 3 was. You don't have to go up the stairs, across, and back down the stairs. There's a hallway in the back that cuts between boards 2 and 3 without going upstairs at all. So you can just use that back hall. All I was trying to do here is see if I could fix it by placing something random on there, but they're broke, so... Anyways, that's the video. You guys know where the exit is. The exit will take you back into the main area of Checkmate, the Armistice Zone. So you'll be good to go after that. Hopefully the cards are all there for your run. The elevator works for your run. You can send components down. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please give me a like and subscribe if you're not already. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'll have the Obituary walkthrough, Ruin walkthrough, and the Executive Hangar up in the next day or two.